What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel. As today we are unboxing the, well, I guess I was about to say the new. It's not really new. It's been out for a little bit. It's the Mythic Legions Gladiator figure right there. The Legion Builder Gladiator. So, of course, you can buy many more of these if you decide to Legion build. We'll say these aren't the cheapest figures on the market, but they are really, really fun. Of course, I got into Mythic Legions from of course, the TB Toycast co-host Travis Fowler. He was really big into them, and one year for his birthday, we did a little bit of a crowd fund, got a lot of money together, and I ordered him some Mythic Legions figures. Not knowing a lot about them, got him in. I was like, ooh, these are pretty cool. And then, of course, Kyle Peterson over there on his YouTube channel. I think he does Mythic Monday still, so he unboxes new Mythic or Cosmic Legions figures basically every Monday, so check those out over there on the Kyle Peterson YouTube channel. And these are, of course, from 4 Horsemen who have done a lot of stuff in the action figure world, but these are a little bit different. And the reason I say that is because a lot of action figures we have are all based upon something, right? They're all based upon nostalgia, right? So, you know, they did a lot of work with He-Man, Masters of the Universe back in the day, and some other stuff. So that's kind of what people are buying. They're buying nostalgia. I've heard Mike Canick over at the Big Rubber Guys say, I'm not selling figures, I'm selling nostalgia, right? I'm selling Powers of Pain Big Rubber Guys because people never had Powers of Pain in their LJN collection, and now they're, you know, filling that gap, as it were. And that's kind of the case for a lot of figures. Not really these, though. These are a little bit different, obviously. Being a little bit of a higher price point, these may not be up everybody's alley, but I really like them. I like them a lot. Of course, I do have to pick and choose with these. You know, this figure I think retailed for about $45. I did order this on Big Bad Toy Store. If you go to storehorsemen.com, the 4 Horsemen's official website, I've seen it for as cheap as $26. But then there's I've seen them on eBay and Amazon. There's other places you can buy these figures, and you know, you can spend a lot of money, and certain figures are bigger scale, and the price point obviously reflects that. So they do get expensive. So maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but they are really fun. And, you know, we'll kind of look at the figure here. I love the helmet. Of course, the armor there on the arm. I mean, very old school looking figure, the big spear. Lots of weapons. He's actually barefoot. Yeah, that would be tough to go to battle barefoot, but we can kind of open this bad boy up and kind of see what it looks like here. Resealable packaging. That's a bit controversial for some people. I don't mind it, but I, again, am a loose collector. Anyone who unboxes stuff probably doesn't care so much. There's a back card. Really cool artwork there. Pretty fun stuff. And, of course, a lot of these other characters there. I don't have all of these. I do have some. I do have this guy right here. Dark Templar. That was actually the very first figure I ever got. I'll throw a picture of him up. I think I have that one as well. I'll throw a picture of him up on the page, or on the channel. I mean, these figures are great. Like I said, I can't knock them. Got a bag full of goodies. The old goodie bag. Remember getting goodie bags back at birthday parties and stuff? Oh, well, look at there. I mentioned his feet, but you can put shoes on them. What do they say? Choose your own adventure, right? Kind of a fun idea. But, you know, goodie bags are always interesting at a birthday party because you saw this kid. Like, if you're a guest at a birthday party, you saw this kid, like, get a new Sega Genesis or a PlayStation, all these action figures and things of that nature. And you're like, here you go. Here's some junk you may not want. I'm going to set him up just so the screen has something to look at while I open this bag of goodies here. Like, don't you want a top and a really crappy yo-yo? It's like, how did you guess? That's exactly what I wanted. But that's one of those things. They're trying to be nice. So a little shield piece there with the skull on it. Really cool. I like how this looks. Really cool stuff. Open him up. Of course, the twist ties. The bane of my existence. Get this thing out of here. Now, they talk about a lot on these tight joints. Be careful. I haven't had too many casualties on here. I think like the 3rd or 4th video I ever did was the Eradicator. I'm sure you all remember. His leg literally fell off right as I pulled it out of the package. So, my luck's not always good. But I was able to... Stupid thing. I was able to get the leg back on, so it wasn't a total loss. So I've been pretty fortunate in that regard. But, and I think I may have already talked about this, I did unbox a pretty cool, pretty good pretty good articulation there. It's a little tight, so I'm going to try to be kind of gentle with it to try to loosen it up and get it moving and stuff. No, not too bad, not too bad. But I did unbox a Thundercats Lion-O, a Super 7 Thundercats Lion-O. I think it was another video I did, third or fourth. And it has since broke on me. And it was weird. I was moving it around, and again, the joints got tight, and they mentioned that the joints can get tight, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And his leg broke off. So, obviously it didn't break off in the video, but it has broke since. So, one of those things, just like, well, dang, that stinks. But what are you going to do? I could always buy a new one, but I think I'm, a good friend of the channel. Steve Hoker has facilitated some ideas on how to put it back together without, the use of, like, super glue, but some type of, like, plastic adhesive. So I may try that. We'll see if that works. Got the armor piece on there. Looks pretty cool. A little bulky, but I mean, you got to protect yourself, I guess, if you're fighting this way. That's kind of the idea. No extra headpiece. I was kind of expecting a headpiece. I like the idea of you can do the bare feet or you can do the metal shoes. I think I'm actually going to do the bare feet. And the reason is because that's just a little bit unique. And I think with these guys, because like I said, we're not basing this off nostalgia whatsoever. This is 100%, based upon just fun-looking figures because you have no emotional attachment to these characters because they're just brand new characters for the sake of making cool toys. So, to me, it's all about just having, fun stuff to do with them. And so, I think having him barefoot kind of gives me something different to do. I'm going to put the shield in that hand and the sword in the armored hand. I don't know, maybe it should be reversed, but I'm going to go that way. So, pretty cool. Again, let's talk a little bit about accessories. I like the extra feet. That makes sense. Again, what does Kyle say? Choose your own adventure, right? Put the feet right there so you can put but then the big spear. Nowhere really to put that. I guess you could slide it in here. And kind of something he could hold on to. That works. But I know some of the other figures came with more accessories than they could hold. And sometimes that creates a dilemma because you're like, oh, what do I do with these? Do I keep these in a baggie somewhere? I'll be honest, I'm not the best at keeping loose accessories, but it is what it is. So, what do you guys think? This is Gladiator. Cool figure. I like it. I think it's a perfect addition to the collection. Again, didn't break the bank. It was a little on the expensive side, sure, but definitely not like 80 or 90 bucks. So, they're fun. I do pick and choose with these. They do have a lot of He-Man themed characters. They're not actually He-Man based, but, close enough. A little bit in the similar range, which is kind of fun. But definitely a cool character to get, and again, one of the ones that's a little bit on the cheaper side, which definitely helps. But I like the Mythic Legions a lot. I think a few months back they did a bit of a sale, so I did pick up several because they were running them on the Store Horsemen website for like $26. I had already put this in my pile of loot at Big Bad, and I'd already shipped it, because otherwise I'd have probably tried to return it through Big Bad and then bought it on the Store Horsemen website. Because, these get expensive, and so if you can find any type of a discount, you have to go with it. But I've ordered these from a lot of different places. I've ordered from Amazon, I have ordered from eBay, I have ordered from Jay's CDs and Games, is that what it's called? Jay's Toys and Games. I've ordered, obviously, from Big Bad, and then from Store Horsemen themselves. So, they're cool figures. I do dabble. I pick and choose because they are on the expensive side, and they're constantly putting out new pre-orders. But, when it's 8 or 9 figures and it's like, $400, $500, it's a big investment. You have to kind of really think, okay, how badly do I need this? As I record this, it's December. So, you have to be thinking Christmas time, gift getting, or gift giving, rather, and making sure you can afford all that. And, of course, also paying your bills, as we all know. So, toy collecting can also be a little difficult at times with all of that going, but overall I like this figure a lot. I do. I think it's a cool figure. See how easy the feet pop out. I'll be honest, I am nervous to do that because I'm afraid they're going to break, and I don't want that to happen. So, looks like they pop out right here, and then they would go in right there. So, seems easy enough. Do I want to potentially break this figure? The answer is no, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not that risky. I'm not that determined. And like I said, I kind of dig the fact that he's barefoot because none of the other guys are. I think it's cool when you don't have any, notion of who these characters are. You have no emotional attachment to him. He's literally a guy in armor with a big mask on. It's cool he's barefoot, you know? It's like, huh, what would I do if I was fighting this guy? Well, I'd stab his toes. That's what I would do. You gotta fight dirty, you know, especially if you're in combat. It's the way to do it. Put his big spear back up. I kind of liked having it right there. Kind of works. Kind of drop the shield and spear someone if you need to. Gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, definitely a fun figure and a fun addition to the collection. More Mythic Legions will be coming. I'm going to kind of sprinkle these in here from time to time. And, you know, I'm enjoying all the different unboxings I've gotten to do. Obviously, there's so many different ones, it's hard to name all the ones I've done. But I recently did a Mattel Elite CM Punk Series 113, which was the Macho Man gear. Never expected to buy more CM Punk figures necessarily, but I was like, oh, I can't pass that one up. The Macho Man gear. That was such a fun one. And they did it back in the day, but it was a basic and a battle pack. So having that as an Elite figure with the Nexus shirt, the Nexus armband, I'm like, oh, gotta get it. It's perfect. Perfect edition. So always adding new figures and different stuff for the channel. If there's stuff you'd like to see me unbox, let me know. Maybe it's something that's coming. Maybe it's something I haven't thought about. Maybe it's something I'm not aware of. I'm pretty up to date on most action figure stuff, but stuff always slips by. And I did a recent Spawn, medieval Spawn from the retro line the other day, which was a lot of fun. I love the retro figures. I don't unbox a lot usually because they're expensive, but the Spawn ones aren't too expensive, so that might be something we see more often than not right here on this very YouTube channel. So hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to check out the TV Toycast podcast. We drop new episodes every Thursday. We have a main event, plus we're talking toy news. We're talking pickups and just things that have us excited in the toy world. Always with a different main event, like I said. I'm going to throw an episode we threw out there a while back. I think it was episode 101, maybe? It was all about the Saturday Night Live figures from back in the early 2000s. They had one wave. They didn't last long. They, on the back of the card, announced Wave 2 that never happened, which was supposed to include Hans and Franz, which would have been a pretty big deal. Not a lot of Saturday Night Live toys out there. I know they've done some Funko Pops in the past in that line of figures, but really that's all I can remember. So that would be something I would like to see. I would love to see NECA tackle that, or Super 7 tackle Saturday Night Live. I think giving them legitimate action figures would be a fun thing. Will it happen? Who's to say? But that's all I got for this TV Toycast unboxing. That's Gladiator. This is the TV Toycast YouTube channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out all my other videos. New videos drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with the new podcast on Thursday, because apparently I just hate free time, and I have to keep myself as busy as humanly possible. But thank you guys for checking this out, and we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top.
It might be in the ring.